Hello and welcome back to Crypto Mischief with a video today on Tomb Finance. Looks a little bit different, doesn't it? That's because actually I'm on the beta version of their brand new UI. I love that picture. It's going to be in the thumbnail. Looks fantastic. Really nice colors. I'm really happy with how this looks because I was worried it was going to look too, generic or too banky or too, but actually they've managed to hold on to the kind of unique character of the Phantom blockchain with the design. Really like the color purple. Looking great. So today we're going to be looking over some amazing new developments with Tomb. We're talking cross-chain. That's right. But before we get into anything about the future of Tomb and what's happening today, first we do need to talk about some really unfortunate news about what happened with Grim Finance, their vaults, and what happened to a lot of people's Tomb and T-share, including my T-share. What happened was there was an exploit of Grim, and I think it was about $30 million were stolen by the exploiter, including Tomb, T-share, Spirit, and Boo token. I didn't have any Boo or Spirit in Grim, but I did have some Tomb and T-share. For some reason, my Tomb token, my Tomb Phantom, wasn't taken. Thanks, I guess. But my T-share was. I lost not too much, so I'm not actually that bothered, but I know a lot of people did lose a lot of money, and my heart goes out to you and goes out to the entirety of the Phantom community because that's not what we were about. We're about making insane gains and having a fun time while doing it. And that's what we're going to continue to do. Looking at a tweet and also a very long, extensive couple posts by Harry, the owner of Tomb, of course, because what's been happening has been shocking for a lot of people, and he's really been, he took it on the chin and has really dragged, us up, which is great to see. A very inspirational story, and I'm pretty sure that everyone who's affected by this exploit is going to get their compensation in some way or another by sticking with Harry and sticking with Tomb. I'm fully confident of that, and that's why I'm continuing to talk about it. So looking at Tomb and the price of Tomb at the moment, we'll see it is it's on peg but not on peg, because Tomb needs to be at 0.01 Phantom to be thought of as on peg. It's called TWOP or TWOP. I don't know how to say it. But that does mean that I do get to explain to you how this section here called T-bond actually works. Tomb under peg, what's the game? What do we do? This is where T-bond comes into play. So for example, I go into the masonry where I stake my T-share token, and I do have a little bit of Tomb to claim because of course, while Tomb is under peg, the masonry doesn't print. Now in the pit, because the Tomb price is actually over peg, because we are 1.008, I cannot at the moment purchase the T-bonds. It says here Tomb is over peg. We're not under peg. We are over the price of one Phantom, just a little bit. So I cannot purchase any T-bonds, but I did take in a little bit because that's the game of Tomb. If I ever catch Tomb under peg and I do have some spare Tomb token, then what I do is I just grab some, because that means when Tomb goes back over peg, I have more money than I did beforehand. There's more currency, more Tomb. So that's the logic behind it. It's a game how to profit. The reason I didn't put in too much is because also at the same time I'm kind of hesitant to break my LP. I have Tomb Phantom LP here. I could have broken it, broken the LP tokens and then went in that way. But that's another tactic. You could break some of your LP, get more Tomb token, then buy T-bonds. Then when Tomb goes back above peg, you could then grab those T-bonds, turn them back into Tomb, then break the Tomb into Tomb Phantom, pair them back up and put them into your staking again, therefore actually getting more LP tokens than you had before. That is also another tactic that you can do. There's lots of ways to play this. This is what is called seigniorage. As I was talking there, I did go into the cemetery and I did take some of my Tomb Phantom rewards there, and I got T-share. What I do with that, just continuously, I just take the T-share and I throw it in here. Where else to put T-share other than where you can get more Tomb minted for you? Just soon as this T-bop goes up a tiny little bit, the machine will start printing again. So great to see that the recovery was fast and efficient. The reason that Tomb managed to recover this time, I will point out, is because of the Tomb DAO, which is one of the layers of safety that Tomb can offer. So essentially the Tomb DAO is a war chest of funds that can protect Tomb when it is put into any kind of shock, which it was put into shock there when, you know, the exploit came out of Grim. You know, a lot of people were burned really badly. They lost a lot of their funds. So of course they started to sell a lot of their tokens to recoup what they've lost. It's natural. Look at the time of year it is. It's Christmas. We need funds. So it is great that the DAO came through. They bought up the T-bonds, yeah, and that helped to push the price almost back to peg. So we're almost back to where we were before. But the point of me showing you this is this very reason. When Tomb goes under peg, I would try to not see it as a scary or fearful thing that's happening. You need to see it as an opportunity to actually add to your bag. That's my only advice to you. Sometimes it's important to not look at the dollar value of your tokens. And it's important to look at just how many tokens or LP tokens or single tokens that you have. Getting more tokens means that you have more dollars no matter the price. So sometimes try to watch your focus, check your emotions, and then make the just choice. What I did personally, I actually made a video yesterday about Tomb. I had to go pick up a passport from Shanghai, and I was actually talking about how I was buying more T-share yesterday, and I did buy more T-share yesterday when it slipped below $10,000 per T-share. Looking at a quick chart, we can see that dip right here. This is around about where I bought it, just below $10,000 where I did buy more T-share. The video I made about buying T-share on the dip, I decided not to put out because I don't think it's my place to be giving you that kind of financial advice to buy a dip in a very volatile time when so many people had been exploited. It seemed like something that wasn't the right thing for me to be talking about that time. So but I'll tell you for future reference, anytime I'm going to be catching T-share going below $10,000 again is going to be a great buying opportunity for me, and that's what I'll be doing every time I see it happen. So you don't even need me to tell you that again. Just remember that that's what I do. That's my strategy with T-share. And if you want to know, I bought the exact amount of T-share that I lost in the exploit, because I have that much faith in this project. Let's get into the news. Story 1. Another busy week for Tomb Finance leading into the holidays. Many things to touch on. We'll begin this thread on the business side of things. DAO purchased 5 million plus amount of T-bonds in the last few days, over 20 million T-bonds sold. So the DAO has purchased 5 million T-bonds, which was helping Tomb get back to peg. Merry Christmas, by the way, Tomb. And over 20 million T-bonds were sold in total over this past few days, which is a lot of T-bonds, right? And that's a lot of players benefiting, and they will be profiting once Tomb gets back above peg. That's the game theory. Harry has been in contact with Grim Finance, and right away now they are working on assessing the damage specifically for any pairs related to Tomb Finance. That's, of course, what Harry is checking on. Once exact amounts are determined, there will be an update to the community. So this is about the exploit of Grim and trying to figure out a way to compensate or give back to, protect, or embolden anyone who lost money in the exploit. For Harry Yes full Tomb Tuesday announcement, feel free to join our Discord, because Harry likes to update on Tomb Tuesday, either weekly or bi-weekly is when he will update, and he will always drop the bomb of news, and this week is no exception. The news is fantastic. So Harry announced 2 tweets also before we go to the Telegram post. Tomb is now on AVAX, available on Pangolin Dex, and it's also now available on Matic, available on QuickSwap. What? Yes. And secretly, in the whole mess of everything that's happening, you can also get the Phantom Tomb and Phantom T-share lending pools, which have been added to Taro, which, this is great, because what Taro does is it actually takes the LP tokens that you have, and you can leverage those LP tokens to get more LP tokens and farm with that. I'm really interested in this one because I've been using Taro for a long time, and, there's risk there, but... See, deposited Spooky Swap LP tokens will be farmed on Tomb Finance and auto-compounded with a 1% fee. Very good to see another auto-compounder. In terms of the security of Taro, What I do know about Taro is that it was created kind of from the ground up. It's not a fork of anything else, and you need to really go through their audits, and if you want to check out the code. I'm no way endorsing going over to Taro and risking your funds there. If you do worry about these kind of things, the only place that I recommend that you yield farm on at the moment is on Tomb Finance, okay? Because it is pretty much battle worn now. You know, it is what it is, and it's the safest place to stake your tomb at the moment. But you want to have some fun, definitely check it out on Taro. So popping over to Telegram, you do get this nice little image here, cross-chain. We have Polygon, we have Phantom, we have AVAX. Little pop-ups from Harry there. Harry's most recent post coming out, edited just this morning actually. Tomb cross-chain has started. We have partnered with a few dexes on Polygon, QuickSwap, Avalanche, Pangolin, Trader Joe. We will continue to seed a few million on those dexes. We have begun to seed some to My Liquidity. Tomb and T-Share lending market is live. Our partner QiDao Protocol is seeding a few million MAI to the market for users to use. We want to thank everyone. New face, same Tomb. Beta site is now live. You can now use the updated Tomb Finance site, the one I showed you, beta.tomb.finance. We want to hear your feedback. Tomb as collateral is ever so near, with Market XYZ in the final stages of launching on Phantom. We will set up an isolated lending market where you will be able to borrow MAI against your Tomb. Oh yes, single stake Tomb is soon. Chainlink Oracle coming. Life, our team is working on the QiDao team to get the bonding contracts ready. Once we test internally, we will get a hack and audit. You may have seen the Felix and Fanti logos flying around. The logos were displayed at the epic Abu Dhabi Formula 1 race this past weekend. Stay tuned for the project launch on Phantom Pad. You will be able to get early access to projects through buying seats on Phantom Pad using Tomb. Don't allow the FUD of the market to discourage you. We are still in the bull market. As always, thanks to everyone and your continued support, Mr. Harry Yet. A bomb there, but what I want to focus on this video is specifically the cross-chain, so let's go have a look at it. A quick explanation what QiDao is QiDao is a self-sustaining community-governed DeFi protocol built on Polygon that allows users to borrow stablecoins, which are soft-pegged to the USD, interest-free against their crypto assets. Anyone can use QiDao and open a vault, lock collateral, and generate stablecoins. So that's QiDao in essence. As you can see, QiDao is a soft-pegged stablecoin, not as on the button as we would say like Tether or something, but pretty damn close. And Tomb is pegged to the price of Phantom. So actually, in terms of creating liquidity pairs with these two tokens and yield farming with them, is pretty fantastic because we're going to be getting a lot of stability out of that. As long as Tomb stays on peg and MAI stays soft peg to the dollar. So it's really good. So I will definitely be getting involved in that. As we can see, QiDao is on 6 different blockchains at the moment. So here's traderjoe.xyz on the Avalanche chain. What we're going to be looking for is this Tomb and MAI liquidity token pair, because what we want to find is we want to find MAI, okay? And what we'll be doing is pairing up MAI and Tomb on Trader Joe, also going over to QuickSwap on Matic over here and doing the same thing. Yeah, we'll be going here to pool, over here to quickswap.exchange. This is the info page on it, and we'll be doing the same thing. So here we can type in MAI, and here is the Tomb and Matic MAI token pair as well. Roughly the same amount of liquidity, 100,000, just added today, I'm guessing. So these are the two pairs. We have them here, MAI Tomb on AVAX, MAI Tomb on QuickSwap. Then we'll be able to pop over to apps such as here we do have app.my.finance, where we can they'd have some yield farm pairs here. I'm guessing they will have the same idea here. We'll be able to yield farm here with our Tomb and MAI liquidity tokens, and eventually loads of places, because it's cross-chain, baby. We're cross-chain. It's happened. This is great. Of course, in the next few days, this will all be much clearer, but I just thought I'd mention it today because it's great. Okay, so that is today's update on Tomb Finance, everything that's going on. I hope that this put a lot of minds to rest about the future of Tomb, because it does look unbelievably bullish. Oh yes, it's a great day to be a Tomb head. Tomb on. Don't get wrecked.